Welcome to the third round of this Legacy Challenge. We are currently down 0-2, and yeah, we are trying to still make ends meet against a guy called Ray Randolph. I have no idea what he's playing, but we are on the play, which is nice. And yeah, this hand is really, really good. We're gonna lead with Deathwatch Shaman, then turn 2 we're gonna probably cast Visionary and get Wildwood Symbiote. And afterwards, we'll just navigate our way from there. Like, at this point, we could fake being some kind of bug delver deck, probably, by going this into Bayou, but the edge is marginal, and since we don't have another land to access a basic land, and, you know, Blood Moon, what have you, I'd rather play it safe, especially since this still gets us black, so in case we're up against Storm, we can still do what we want. And yeah. Oh, please don't kill this. Okay. And pass. That would be like super awkward. I wonder, like, if he attacks here, I really don't know what to do because that would be like so weird. Since Gitaxian Probe is like a sorcery. Okay. Oh, even better, we found this naturally. I think I just really want to get out as many creatures as I can to make sure that even though like he might kill a bunch of my creatures, a natural order is still lethal next turn. Could have probably led with this. But no, it doesn't really make any real difference. Okay, and I'm also gonna get the Dryad Arbor here. Like, it would be unfortunate if this actually was like blue-red Delver and not just like red burn, because then I would really like to conserve my Green Sun Sonnet, but it's super unlikely. Also, he's playing like a weird mountain. No self-respecting player would like play a weird mountain. Next time we're actually quite close to just hardcasting the big guy, but we're probably just gonna get fetch Dryad Arbor. Actually, if you fetch Dryad Arbor here, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. We can actually hardcast it. Hardcast the dude. Just play Eidolon here. That's like the dream. Okay, another creature that has issues. Like, actually he can attack here if he wants to. I think I'm just gonna take it because I expect him to kill the Visionary, and then if I have the Visionary, the Wildwood Symbiote, and then I have the, in case I had the Visionary in hand, could be awkward because then I replay it, then I still have enough, but yeah. But this way, I think we are in a great spot. So if he has Fire Blast in one of our attackers, that should still be good enough for us. This is 24, and then if he Fire Blasts one of our attackers in response to a trigger, it's still like 16 and he loses all his lands. I guess I could play this first, but then if I draw the other card of Behemoth, that's horrible. So say I play this first, then it's like 10. But I'm thinking about what if he Fire Blasts then? Yeah, I think it's just better to go like this. And get the big guy.
The carrier has arrived.
Okay, here we go.
Finish him!
This should do it. 24 to the face. Like, yeah, you can Fire Blast a guy, and then it's the 16, you lose all your lands, and we're... Yeah, okay. Not gonna happen. Okay.
Fatality.
At least this one was easy. Burn in general is probably slightly in favor of Elves, but not by much. It helps a ton if you win the die roll. So yeah, here's the thing about Burn. I want these and I want these. And in general, every time with Elves, and this is something I still haven't like solved yet, mostly because I didn't really have the time to work on it yet. It's just like always kind of wing it. Almost every matchup where you want to bring in both of these is a matchup you are sideboarding in very awkward ways. Because usually you either want these and then something gimmicky like Meekstone, or you want these and then you want these, and then it's like quite good against any kind of decks you want these against, and usually when you want these, you never want these and these. The only other matchup where I can see boarding in both of these is, and I say these a lot by the way, is Infect. which is already, like, in fact, is actually much worse than Burn as a matchup for Elves. Yeah, but the thing is, you want this for Eidolon, and you want this like as a life gain spell with Flashback. You could, of course, like say, I don't care about Eidolon. I have like, technically I have 5 ways to remove it, even though like this is super awkward and slow and usually doesn't get you there. And just use this as a life gain spell, and or as like actually go turn 1 this on Eidolon. It's just you fall behind quite quickly if you do this, and your Flashback might not even hit any cards anymore. Unless you go like actual turn 2 creature Flashback, and then you're so far behind the board. So yeah, I think it's tricky. Or maybe let's approach it from the other side. Take out these, because they are like long game advantage, and there's no such thing as long game advantage against that deck. And bring in our life gain. Thing is, also see the awkward situation. Like, this is great because you have these, and once you start siding out these, this becomes less good. But yeah, I could see taking out a glimpse. Actually, taking out 2 glimpses. But then this, maybe I should try to bring in a Mises and then stay like this. But also, if you take out too many creatures, this becomes a bit awkward. I think I'm gonna try this now. I think so if you went back and looked at the way I sideboard against Burn, like every single time, I would probably sideboard differently almost every time. Almost famous. And then we have to keep this. I don't like it, but we probably have to keep this. And I really want to draw a natural order with a hand like this. And I don't know. Okay, it helps that he doesn't have a turn 1 play. Or, like, at least his turn 1 play is Suspend Driftbolt. Okay, that works. And I could go for Senate here, but I have a feeling he's got... Well, actually, no, I have no such feeling. I had a feeling he would have turned to Eidolon, but since he suspended Driftbolt, my feeling of him having turned to Eidolon is like much less intense. Because you always have to ask yourself, why did your opponent keep the hand? If he actually really didn't do anything on the first turn, it would be like super likely that he had Eidolon. Because, I mean, there must be a reason he kept it. And so if he doesn't have anything good at 1 mana, he must... Okay, something like this, for example. Okay, so now I think I'm actually gone, and for a second I actually thought we had drawn Tinker here. I think I'm just gonna play this, attack and pass, and then we'll see what happens, because if he doesn't do anything, I can get Progenitus next turn, and it's super likely that Progenitus will close things out, unless he goes like Bolt, Fire Blast. It's 12 damage, 13 damage actually. And then we would probably be like dead, even despite having Progenitus. Okay, Guide. At least 1 card I don't care too much about. Maybe we can even get him to below the 11 or 10 or less, so Progenitus kills in a single hit. You could have made a case for getting another Dryad Arbor here, because that way we are even more likely to be able to natural order next turn. And I think actually that might have been the correct play, now that I think about it. Like, yes, we take 2 more damage of this, but I think that actually might have been the correct play. Chain Lightning, yeah, now Chain Lightning's our dude, like, for a time walk value. Not sure whether you really want to do it like this. Could have been a mistake. I mean, it definitely sets us back and it's annoying, but I'm not sure if it's actually what he wanted to do. I think I have to take 2... I hate taking 2 damage here. Also, well, we are somewhat playing into Price of Progress, but not a lot. I think I'm gonna do it like this. Yes, take the damage. And play this. Because actually, this way, next turn, if he doesn't do anything, we actually get to kill him with Crowd of Behemoth. Which is nice. It's a nice... We could have also played this, but this doesn't really do anything except for like the same as Dryad Arbor, because there's not going to be creatures in the graveyard anytime soon in this game. And it also helps us that he's drawing so many lands. So if we go for natural order here, and he kills one of our dudes, we're only attacking for 10, but that could even still be good enough. Like, yes, Fire Blast is a card, but... Let's see. Why? Oh, look at this composition of mountains. Which one do I like best? I mean, this is the most inspiring, but the artwork is so small. This one is... I don't know. This looks like Molten Core or something. This is interesting. This could be like some Michael Bay movie. Planet of the falling shit. Or is it rising? I don't even know. And this is a movie that I would like to watch if it wasn't set in such a crazy forced fantasy setting. Because people can't really run around, they have to like probably beam or star cruise around and shit. I don't know, I like very generic fantasy settings. Like, I actually love Onslaught, as I said, because it's like, it has everything that's great about Magic. Like, it has all the core tribes, it has like really interesting, actually not really interesting mechanics, it has like pretty basic mechanics, at least from today's point of view. And yeah, okay, so let's see if he's gonna try to shoot one of the Dryad Arbors while I'm untapping it. If he does, it's unfortunate, because then we still get to natural order, but then we don't get to shoot him attack him for lethal. But that way we also gained life pretty much, and we can still get either Progenitus or attack him and make it so that Parasitic Pillar would kill him. I think that's the actual play, unless I had another untap effect, which I don't. So yeah. Setting us back to the Stone Age 2. So yeah, we are attacking for 10. And then we're not even dying to Fire Blast. Like, I guess we are dying to double... No, we are not even dying to double Fire Blast, because we can block the Goblin Guide. So even if double Fire Blast isn't doing it, what is actually doing it for him? Ensnaring Bridge. Ensnaring Bridge plus double Fire Blast, because then we still get to do this. Or I guess Ensnaring Bridge plus removal spells for Fire Blast for Deathratch Shaman. But that's already pretty out there, I guess. Where are you from? I've been all over this world. I even remember some of those places. That's my kind of goblin. Okay, I think I actually have to block this, just because double Fire Blast would actually kill us. And he's been holding back on one card for like quite a long time that he never casted, despite having 4 mana, so I'm totally expecting at least one Fire Blast. Because if he has anything else, he can't really cast it. 3 mana. Actually, it would need to be a 4 mana spell. Oh yeah, there's the single Fire Blast to take out the Behemoth. And what then? Just get this guy in there. And probably this, in case he really has what's it called? Which maybe this was a mistake. Because he couldn't draw the game with Flame Rift, because he would die before the Flame Rift resolves. So yeah, the Parasitic Pillar has been helping us out quite a bit, I guess. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this, and then I'm just gonna attack, and if he wants to do anything, we can win in response. Whereas if you do this, and then he does something in response, and for some reason you lose this, then it's bad. And this is like a thing that probably won't even come up in 1 out of 100 games, more like in 1 out of 189 games or something. But it's just generally good to like have good procedures, what would I want to say? Anyway, yeah, finally we were able to win a match. Good sequencing, that's the word I was looking for. So yeah, finally we were able to win a match.
Perfect.
Maybe perfect is too much, but yeah. So we're trying to fight back and hopefully get to 5-2, which likely won't top 8 because like we started out 0-2. But as far as I remember, top 32 gets back their entrance, and there's only like 70 or 80 people, so 5-2 or 4-3 should still be good enough. So yeah, see you next round.